The logic behind Mercedes' model designations went out of the window a long time ago. C, E and S-Class we could just about understand, but R-Class? Where does that fit in? Mercedes describes it as a grand sports tourer. More cynical observers may see it as just a big MPV and a very expensive one at that. But who's right? Take away the bespoke bodywork and seating arrangements and the R-Class has much in common with Mercedes' M-Class off-roader. There's a choice of a 3.5-litre V6, 5-litre V8 or two 3-litre turbo diesel engines with 190 or 224 brake horsepower. Currently all models come with a 7-speed automatic gearbox and permanent 4-wheel drive thrown in for good measure. These components work in wonderful harmony, propelling 2 tons of car smoothly and briskly. There's little noise unless you're really stretching the engines, and the drive strikes a fine balance between comfort and responsiveness. The diesel's the most relaxed thanks to its surplus of pulling power, but none of the 3 engines is likely to disappoint. Mercedes is ditching the current 6-seater setup in the autumn in favour of more traditional 5- or 7-seat versions. The new entry-level model will also be 2-wheel drive. Sticking to the 6-seater, we'll cover the new models in a separate video later, there are long and short wheelbase versions, but only the bigger of the two lives up to the Grand Sports Tourer tag. Short is a relative term, mind you. At nearly 5 metres long, even the baby R-Class takes up more road than a Renault Grand Espace. So it's disappointing to find that legroom in the back of this model isn't over-generous. And, as in many MPVs, there's not much luggage space when the car's full of people. You can fold the rear seats flat, but then you're left with one very long 4-seater. From the driver's perspective, the layout and adjustability of the cabin are hard to fault, but it's wide, so it takes time before you can squeeze through tight city gaps with confidence. We're in £40,000 territory with the R-Class, expensive even when compared with the M-Class, frighteningly so alongside other big luxurious cars with more than 5 seats. You'll probably get more of your money back when you sell it on than with cars which might be considered rivals, but even so, you'll lose a pretty penny. Running costs will be similarly heavy, even the diesel struggles to top 30 miles per gallon. You get plenty of equipment, as you should for this sort of money, but there's plenty more you can add, and a lot of it would be standard in a Lexus. No matter how much time you spend in the R-Class, you're no nearer to deciding exactly what kind of car it is. In truth, it's a bit of all sorts, a jack of all trades rather than a master of one. It's not the most space-efficient car you could think of, but it drives nicely and looks good. Perhaps it's best seen as an alternative to a posh saloon with a bit of MPV versatility and capability thrown in.